Hi, I'm Matt from Rideminded, and today we've got the Sullivan Terra Firma kick scooter. This is a really cool kick scooter designed for a range of terrain. Comes in this head-turning rocket fuel colour. It features these 12-inch pneumatic tyres, which give a really supple and really good quality ride to the scooter. It features this high-quality footplate for maximum traction for the riders when they're scooting along. It features this easy-to-operate rear V-brake for stopping power when you need it. It features these high-quality grips to give the riders confidence, as well as this protection pad in the middle on the handlebars. And the handlebars connected to the scooter with this durable 4-bolt stem. Our favourite feature on this is the 12-inch pneumatic tyres. They're durable, give plenty of traction, and will inspire confidence for the riders on a mix of terrains. To put together the Sullivan Terra Firma scooter, we're going to need a few tools. We're going to need 2 Allen keys, we're going to need a 5mm and a 6mm Allen key. We're going to need 2 spanners, which is a 10mm and a 15mm. And we're going to need a Phillips head screwdriver. So now that you know about the Terra Firma scooter, let's put one together. First, let's get everything out of the box. All right, now let's put it together. First, we're going to make sure our handlebar's nice and tight. And for that, we're going to need 5mm and a 6mm Allen key. First, we'll check our top cap is nice and tight. Don't need to make that too tight, should just be nice and firm. Next, we get our 6mm and double check that our stem is nice and tight. All right. Next, we're going to assemble our handlebar. Grab your 6mm Allen key, and we're going to undo those stem bolts to remove the top plate of the stem. Now that we've removed the stem plate, we can put our handlebars on. When we install our handlebars, we just want to make sure that the front brake is facing forward and the routing follows in front of the frame. We just want to tighten these bolts up nice and evenly. So as we tighten these bolts, we want to make sure that they're all evenly done up in a crisscrossing pattern. So as we tighten the bolts up, we just want to evenly go through them and just make sure each side is snugly tight. So we just want to double check that our plate is on nice and evenly across all sides. Next step, we're going to put the front wheel on. And it comes with the 2 wheels. Easiest way to tell the difference between the two, the axle width on the front wheel is a little bit narrower than the rear. So we just loosen off those front bolts, then we just lift up the frame. So there's these sections, and what they do is they've got a little hook, and we just want to turn them up just so the hook goes inside of that hole. We then get our bolt, and we just hand tighten it, then we'll get our 15mm spanner, and we can tighten that one up. And we're just going to do up that front wheel just till that front nut is on nice and tight. And we're just going to repeat the process for the other side. Once we've got the front wheel nut done up, we're going to put the cover over the top of it. For this step, you need a Phillips head screwdriver. With the Phillips head screwdriver, I'm just going to undo this screw that should already be pre-installed on the fork. So we're going to get our cover, we're going to place that just over the top like that. Then we'll get our screw, place it in there. Then we should be able to screw that wheel cover into place. All right, so that's that wheel cover installed, and we're just going to repeat the process on the other side. Okay, now that we've got the front wheel on, we're going to put our rear wheel on. First step to that is we're going to disconnect the rear brake. All we do is we just squeeze the brake together and pull this brake cable, and it will just slide out like that. Next, we're going to put our rear wheel in. So we're going to loosen off the nuts, just like we did on the front. We're just going to take that rear wheel, insert it in the dropouts. Then like the front, we're going to get that little hook to sit in there, and then we can tighten up that rear nut by hand. We'll repeat the same on the other side. After we've hand tightened that, we'll get our 15mm spanner, and we'll just tighten that up until it's nice and firm. And repeat the same for the other side. Now that our rear wheel's installed, we've got to reconnect and set up our rear V-brake. So to set up our rear brake, first what we need to do is get our 5mm Allen key. We need to loosen off this brake pad. loosen it off. And what we want to do is, with one hand, we want to bring our brake pad in so it touches the rim. We just want to make sure that it's not touching the tyre. That's the main thing. So we're just making sure that it's not touching the tyre. Once we've got it set up on the rim, not touching the tyre, we'll get our 5mm Allen key and we'll just tighten that up. Once we've tightened it up, we just want to double check that that brake pad is hitting the rim nice and evenly. Once we've set up that brake pad, what we need to do is we just need to squeeze that brake back together and flick that little section back into that cradle. Then we just want to check everything's working perfectly by grabbing that brake lever, just giving it a pull and making sure everything's working correctly so the scooter's going to stop. Thanks for watching the video. I'm Matt from Rideminded. I'll catch you next time.